this lecture, I'm going to explain to you why for some of us the law of attraction and basic manifestations haven't really worked out so far. Now, don't worry, the majority of humanity right now creates the same bad decisions, and we all do them all the time. Even though I've been practicing these methods for many years now, I sometimes find myself failing on simple things because of the flow of life. That same thing that removes me from my own center and from my own beliefs. This one is one of the biggest obstacles we have, because I know deep inside of myself that I haven't really reached my ultimate level of reality manifestation, but I am definitely getting there. During this course, I'm going to teach you everything about what to do from my own success stories and what not to do, as I've learned harshly from my own failures. You will understand more about me and my success stories in the Meet Your Guide lecture, coming up really soon. There you will understand more about my own chosen path and the magic that I've attracted into my life, using the tools and methods that I'm going to teach you right here. The answer to the question why it hasn't worked for me so far can be split into two: a quick short answer and a far more detailed one. Basically and shortly, it is because you have not truly believed in yourself or you have criticized your own abilities. I will greatly discuss the part of assuming responsibility and letting the past be the past later on. Now, don't worry about it, it's not your fault. It is just the way that we have been programmed to react and think in society, that we are anything less than absolutely amazing. And that way of thinking really closed us up to our limitless selves. If you were completely clear on your path, on your ideas, on your intentions, and what it is that you really want, if you really believed that you deserve it with clarity and full intention, it would have been different for you. And that is one of the things that we are going to work on right here. In more detail, failing to manifest will usually come down to three reasons. The first reason is doubts and fears. Doubts and fears have a direct influence on your creational energy. Self-doubt and fear are the #1 reason that we don't get what we want. It's pretty much us criticizing ourselves, not believing in ourselves, and judging our abilities, and therefore the results match. There is a more complex spiritual reason for this, but I won't get into it right now, as we still need to get some basic information and develop a common language first. The second reason is non-belief in yourself. This is a tough one. Now, most people choose to criticize themselves much more often than they give themselves compliments. Imagine that criticism to self or others is weighed on one side, and self-empowerment, self-esteem is weighed on the other. Now, how many times a day do you judge yourself? How many times a day do you criticize yourself? See the negative in yourself, your work, your spouse, or anything around you, versus how many times a day do you actually see only the positive outcome of every situation? How many times a day do you support yourself, love yourself, feel that you are in a positive flow in life? How much time a day do you have a higher self-esteem and are generally in a feeling that you are the king of your domain or the queen of your castle? If you're honest with yourself, you will see that we're talking about a pretty serious imbalance between the two. This is due to the fact that the deepest part of our non-conscious mind is still part animal. And as an animal, we usually stick to fight or flight mode. We constantly are focused on the fear-based life. We are focused on what doesn't work. We are focused on the bad or negative things, like times we have failed. And we are less focused on what does work for us, where we have done good, what positive outcomes may come from anything that we do. The third reason is that you didn't give it enough time to build up. In this video series, you will receive information on how to do it easily and without using too much time. But as in many things, in the beginning, it requires just a little bit of patience and a little bit of practice. The last reason is that we believe that we need to go through a process. For example, a student graduates from university and wishes to start working just like every other person. This is of course a normal person with a normal and standard belief system. He goes on to begin at the bottom of the food chain for some company unknown. As the years go by, he is slowly promoted, his wages are increased annually by a few percent as expected, He might even become a manager one day. The process he or she are going through is what is called believing that things take time. This means we give the process time to build up because we think that we're actually climbing a ladder and we need to take it one step at a time, instead of shifting our belief and our consciousness to the basic understanding that there's actually a hidden elevator and we can find ourselves in the penthouse much faster. Meaning, our own belief is that it will take us a very long time to get to the penthouse, and we should just wait and wait and wait. This is due to how we have been taught that things actually work around here. As mentioned previously, the process of becoming a manifestor of your own reality has lots to do with becoming more conscious of our belief systems and sometimes even more unlearning than learning new things. It is becoming more self-aware. So this lecture covers up the basic why it hasn't worked for me so far. I'm sure that by now you can see in your own life and take examples from your own chosen path as it reflects in the course's material. Coming up, how the most successful people in the world manifest their success. I'll see you soon.